Mr. Chairman, thanks for allowing me to sit on committee with you all today. I come from T&I and Foreign Affairs, and I think at T&I we do more of drinking from the hose. You guys have a lot better water here than we do, so congratulations on that. Mr. Rock, I would like to speak to you a little bit about something I'm sure you're familiar with, what's known as the Lake Okeechobee System Operating Manual, the project delivery team that National Marine Fisheries Service was a part of, and the recent formal consultation on the Corps of Engineers biological opinion that you all asked to submit to put forward. I think I could safely say that I represent every stakeholder and agency of which FWS was actively involved in this on the project delivery team meetings, and say everybody is pretty pissed off that this whole thing is delayed for months because of just because of National Marine Fisheries, when they basically didn't participate at all between 2019 and now. All of these meetings were online. They were available for people to participate in. Everybody had the ability to hear everybody else's opinions, what they were thinking about. NMFS didn't participate at all, and now you're working behind the scenes with the Army Corps of Engineers. Nobody else knows what in the world you all are talking about. So I have a couple questions that I think a number of stakeholders and agencies would probably like answers to. So just number one, it's this. Can you just give us an update on where NMFS is at in writing their biological opinion?
Thank you, Congressman. Yes, I can. I think we have committed to the Corps that we will have a biological opinion to them by June, next month. I think the Corps is now deciding whether or not they want to take that as draft or as final. If it's draft, obviously it might be further delayed as we go back and forth with them, but I think we will be done with our work with a biological opinion that could be final in June.
Can you give us information on what you found in that? Because again, normally if you were operating as a normal part of the project delivery team, you would be voicing this all to everybody in a public setting so everybody has comment. They can talk about, hey, is this what you found? Can you answer about this? Can you give us some information on where you're at with this? This shouldn't be secret.
I have not checked with the writing team as to what their conclusions are likely to be. As you may be aware, when an agency consults with us about their project, we either find that it is likely to jeopardize or not jeopardize the continued existence of the species. And if it is a no jeopardy opinion, shorthand term, then we write a biological opinion that indicates that the project as proposed is not likely to jeopardize. I do not know what the potential answer is at the moment. As I said, we still have a month left to go, but we will be consulting with them closely, and if it is anything other than that, we will be talking to the Corps about those actions.
To your knowledge, is NMFS looking to make changes to the Lake Okeechobee System Operating Manual as has been put forward to this point and agreed upon by basically everybody?
At the moment, Congressman, we have not yet concluded our analysis. We still have a month to go on that, and we're working through that to decide whether or not we would either find that the Corps' actions are not likely to jeopardize the continued existence of the species, or if it is likely, what reasonable and prudent measures we would a reasonable prudent alternative we would come out with that would allow them to carry forward their actions and still preserve the species.
Okay. In your comments, you noted in the very beginning when you received an invitation to the project delivery team that basically you weren't going to participate until the very end. I consider that to not be an appropriate way for an agency to operate. It's essentially what your letter says here. I'll submit it for the record if there's not an objection to that. And it says, due to staffing and travel constraints, our heavy involvement in several other U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Water Resource and Development Act and one federal decision project, our participation may be limited to our review and comment on draft National Environmental Policy Act documents, and basically telegraphing that you weren't going to participate very much. When COVID began, did you all start working from home?
As Congressman, like many federal agencies, we did try to work remotely where we could. Many of our people.
So is there a reason your folks didn't start attending the project delivery team meetings, which were all remote?
Congressman, as I think the letter indicated, we have staffing resources. We have been struggling to keep up with the pace of infrastructure projects on the coast, this being one of them. It is in part why we've asked in the President's budget for additional resources so that we can better meet these needs and be more responsive. But we are struggling, or had been at the time, to keep up with all the various demands on our time.
I thank you. I thank the chairman for indulging me to join committee.